Hi Kim, David Essery here. I'm very pleased to say that your channeled message is ready. I want to share this video with you just so that I can read it out to you and talk to you about it in a little bit more detail. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. It really was a pleasure and an honour. Thank you. Let's read you your message, shall we? This is what I had to say. O Mighty One, we who stand together shoulder to shoulder in the name of righteousness and truth. You may not recognize it yet, but you have a warrior spirit. One that would stand at the great precipice with no fear and no doubt if done for a proper cause. A most admirable quality, and one that shall be required in order to bring change to this great planet. We encourage this within you, to find those causes worthy of your energy, and to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. If perfect balance is achieved between the heart and the throat, and driven by the wisdom of the ages, one becomes a powerful beacon for change. One that those shall rally around, united in the cause of justice. The New Age calls for warriors to stand against those oppressors without fear, for they know their cause is just. And for those to overcome the challenge by presenting a better way of being. For too long, the children have resolved their disputes through the darkest outbursts. Now the time has come to draw the disparate back together through love and understanding. This is my guidance to you, my beloved. Should you seek it, great change you can bring to this world. Allow love to echo the wisdom of the ancients. Yours in deepest respect, Lord Lanto. Beautiful message from Lord Lanto, and I love Lanto. He's really, really heart-based. You know, they say that in his lifetime that his heart was so open that people could see the glow from it emanating from him physically. Such an incredible soul. And I really like how he kicked this off. So he said, O Mighty One, we who stand shoulder to shoulder in the name of righteousness and truth. He's basically speaking of himself standing shoulder to shoulder with you as people who stand up for what's right in this world. And really that is the overriding message of this. He speaks to your warrior spirit to stand up for what is right, for what is just. And, you know, as he says, it's a most admirable quality, one that should be required in order to bring change to this great planet. You know, with the processes that we're going through on this planet at the moment, there's so many things that aren't right at the moment and need to be changed, you know, and that's not going to happen without people standing up and calling out the stuff that's wrong. And that's what essentially he's kind of suggesting you would be very, very good at if you wanted to do, you know, whether that's through, I don't know, peaceful protest, mediation, even just getting up and, you know, speaking, giving talks about things. You know, it's a long road to go down, but even, you know, being a lawyer, that kind of type role that stands up for like environmental law, that kind of thing. He's speaking for you to stand up for just causes, essentially, for those that can't speak for themselves, as he says. I don't know if this has any kind of recognition with you at the moment for how you already act, or if this is completely out there, I don't know. But just sit with it either way. You know, he says the New Age calls for warriors to stand against those oppressors without fear, for they know their cause is just, and for those to overcome the challenge by presenting a better way of being. That's what it's about. It's about showing, you know, instead of going out there and shouting and yelling at the people that are doing the wrong things, it's about presenting a better way of being, and others will naturally rally around that. In fact, he says that if perfect balance is achieved between the heart and the throat and driven by the wisdom of the ages, one becomes a powerful beacon for change, one that those shall rally around, united in the cause of justice. So he's talking about the balance between the heart, the throat and the crown, essentially. That's what he's talking about with the wisdom of the ages, you know, with knowledge and wisdom flowing in through the crown. A lot of people tend to think that, about speaking your truth basically means saying whatever you're thinking, and unfortunately that often means speaking with anger or hatred, which blocks the throat chakra just as much as not speaking at all. It needs to be in balance with the heart, as he says. It's about speaking your truth with love. That's what clears the throat. That's what really empowers you. So that's what he's speaking of, is about standing up and talking about things, but from a loving, compassionate way. And with the wisdom of the ancients, as he says, with the knowledge coming through from the crown, with, knowledge of spirituality, of a higher way of being flowing through that, and others will rally to it. And he ends this in I thought was a really beautiful way. He's echoing that same sentiment there about balance. He says, allow love, heart, to echo, throat, the wisdom of the ancients, crown. I thought it was really beautiful. Allow love to echo the wisdom of the ancients. He did specifically say, this is my guidance to you, my beloved. Should you seek it, great change you can bring to this world. He's placing the ball in your court, essentially, if this is something that you want to do. But he's saying that it's something you would be very, very good at, and you would find fulfillment in if you so choose to. So there you go. I really hope that resonates with you. To say, you may not, understand it at the moment, but just think about it and just sit with it, see how it feels. Anyway, thank you again so much for allowing me to do this for you. It really was an honour. Thank you. Sending you so much love. Bye-bye.